welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And once again, here on a Thursday, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friend?
Dude, doing great today. Super stoked for some Rangers hockey tonight. Crazy no football on a Thursday. It's been a long time for that, but also can't believe it's already like January 4th, dude.
And
what is that?
I mean, how about instead of football, you have 6 hours of the golf, Tony? I mean, that's a lot of coverage. No?
Wow. Yes, that is a ton of coverage, my guy.
So I am so jacked for that. Everybody
jacked
get
up.
Your last second bets in, maybe a couple top 20s, head-to-head matchups.
Wow.
First tee times at 12:45. We'll go over those in a second. One thing I did notice too, because we're going to talk a little college basketball a little later, but Sacred Heart, 11 o'clock game at the Pitt Center.
11 a.m.?
Yeah. Thorne didn't give you the call on that one?
No, I don't think someone's probably not even working that one.
He's
dude.
in Kapalua?
Oh, yeah. I think he's in Texas, dude.
I
don't know if he went to Kapalua. He could have. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doubt it. But that's crazy. Who they playing, do you know?
St. Francis, and they're 9.5-point favorites. I would love to take St. Francis in that one. 9.5. Like, give me plus
St.
9.5.
Francis. Are they from
Pennsylvania? Yes. Did you play them in rugby?
No. But obviously I just always remember from working the games that team.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I would 9.5.
Yeah, there's no way it almost seems like it's like a bad line. Honestly, not for a team that's 6-9, they're gonna cover 9.5 in a conference game. Oh, this is their NEC opener.
Oh, really? Is there
first conference game?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they've had 15 non-conference.
I guess that makes sense.
They still having you like work the cameras like this
semester? Yeah. I think I'm working like 4 or 5 games. They got me.
Oh, okay. Nice. When's the next one?
I have to look at the calendar. I think it's next week, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's next Thursday.
Yeah. And with the cameras, are you always like in the same spot, or do they like kind of move you around?
No, so it depends. Sometimes for basketball, sometimes I work the jib camera. So that's like that camera you'll see on the big boom pole that swoops down during games. Sometimes I TD, so I'm in the control room sometimes, or I'll direct in the control room. Sometimes I'll do maybe baseline camera, so under the hoop, which can get kind of fun.
That's your favorite?
Camera operator, I would say the jib is definitely my favorite. To operate a camera, but under the baseline is cool because you're right in the action. People people fall on you sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
We do have some comments early and often.
Oh, you freaking know it, dude. Of course, we have Kev doing the house saying, "Let's go, baby." He wants to smoke. Let's fucking go, Knicks. He says hashtag rep TCA, rep DTV, rep the sports. But who the fuck won that? Who the fuck want what?
I don't know. It's just,
and then he says,
"What are these Kev
Don't
things?
Test my gangsta, dude." And then Josh B saying, "Let's go, happy Thursday, family."
Happy Thursday.
Hashtag TCS rep the sports, rep TV. I know Josh B has been loving the TikTok lives, dude. My mother in the house is hi, fellas, on this Thursday morning. She's probably at home.
And then hello to the chat, right?
Hello, chat. Hello, chat.
I'm sure some chat people are in here.
Oh yeah, maybe. I would think so.
And I feel like because I was gonna start with actually going over the some of the pairings. But if Josh B could, because I tried to get him on this yesterday. I don't know if I missed it when I asked him. But if he could give me maybe just a feel like for who he's thinking to win at Kapalua, maybe a top 20 pick, a sleeper. Give me something because I know Josh B. Obviously is always on top of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm just riled too because I was thinking, okay, I'll wait till 4 to start watching the coverage, but because the first tee times are at 12:45. But I forgot that you have PGA Tour Live, ESPN Plus, starting at 12:45. So I'm excited about that, and I just wanted to read off the pairings. Like I said, I think we got some pretty good groups. Just pulling this up right now, but I believe it's actually all groups of 3, which is kind of nice. So the first pairing, 12:45, you got Morikawa, Schauffele, Tom Kim. That's a lot of firepower, and a lot of golfers, square in their middle of their prime. I mean, what's Tom Kim, 22, 23 years old, Morikawa a couple years older than that, and then same thing with Xander.
He's 21.
Tom Kim. Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, he really could have a bright future again. What is Schauffele? Is he 27, 28?
He is 30.
Okay,
wow,
he's 30.
Dude.
It's interesting with him. He's always there, but he just never seems to close. I mean, do you think that we could potentially, see him finally get over that hump this year?
Yeah, I guess so. I suppose. Now would be the time, right? I mean, you're 30 years old. You've been on tour for a while. You've been there. Like you said, let's give him over the hump. Why not, dude?
Because the talent's there. You just have to always wonder, is it a mental thing? And I was just gonna look here quickly. I don't remember. Is he okay? So 10 wins. And the last one coming at the Scottish Genesis Open in 2022, and he also won the Travelers, which I forgot about. The year before I went in 2022 as well. So 3 wins in 2022. I don't know. I didn't realize that. One of them, was the team event at the Zurich. So he's also won this tournament before back in 2019. So he's done some winning. He's done some winning, but the majors, obviously, the thing missing from the resume. He's finished runner-up at Augusta, 10th at the PGA, 3rd at the US Open, and 2nd at the Open Championship. But, it must just be so, infuriating. I mean, he obviously knows. I mean, he is one of the most talented golfers worldwide. But just, he's been at this for a while, and to not have that major championship, I mean, that's got to be bothering him inside, you think?
It would be bothering me inside, by the way. We do have a couple comments that we want to get to. I believe Josh B commented, John Rahm, dude.
John Rahm on Josh B, not on top of it. Rahm on live, so he won't be here to defend his title. We'll give him a pass, though, because Josh B's always right on top of it. The chat, I think, takes away from his golf research.
He said that TikTok is addictive. He said, laughing at it.
I think there is there is a correlation.
Yeah. And then Kev, by the way, told me to check my text messages. I don't know if you know Beanie Sigel.
Huh?
Yeah. Who the fuck what is a I guess a song, dude.
Okay.
I guess I can play a little bit for you right now.
I mean, do you think it's anything crazy or no?
Yeah, probably.
What up, Seagull?
That's where I'm going to stop it. Right
okay, yeah. I think we get it.
Dude.
At the end of the day,
I'm going to listen to that after the show, though. I bet it's going to be fucking hyped.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
Who wins the major first? Xander Schauffele or Tom Kim?
Oh, wow, dude. I'll give it Schauffele.
Yeah.
Just for his dignity, dude.
Putting his due.
Yeah.
Next tee times, you got Harman, Brian Harman, obviously the Open champion last year, Eric Cole, and Camilo Vegas. So that one, still a pretty solid, underrated group if you think about it. Obviously, like I just said, Harman with that Open championship, and he is probably his best year on the PGA Tour last year. He's been at it a while, and then Eric Cole, they just announced yesterday, rookie of the year, oldest since I think 2007, 35 years old. So talk about a guy who's put in the work, on the, lesser tours, and
tremendous body of work.
Get that. And he just missed out with Chris Kirk at the Honda Classic last year. But I'm sure that he's going to have a victory coming up soon. The 109 pairings, you got Seamus Power, Adam Schenk, and Lee Hodges. Seamus, had a pretty good year last year as well. And over the last couple of years, he's been one of the more consistent golfers. 121, Luke List, Davis Riley, Hideki Matsuyama. Matsuyama, since winning the Masters, I think has struggled a little bit, has had some neck injuries. And, that's got to be tough being a golfer, you could see with, the swing velocity that you go with on the PGA Tour, all these guys, well over 100. I'm sure that's got to bother. So you hope that he's healthy, because he's always been one of the more consistent golfers out on tour. 133, Nick Hardy, Russell Henley, Sepp Straka, a Tony favorite. 145, Patrick Rogers, Tom Hoagie, Ben On. 157, Denny McCarthy, JT Poston, Mackenzie Hughes. 209, Siwoo Kim, Cam Young, Harris English. Power group at 221, Tommy Fleetwood, Tony Finau, and Patrick Cantlay. Finau is another guy. He finally got over the win hump, a couple years ago. I think it had been 6 years since his last PGA Tour win. Picked up a couple wins. Obviously, still looking for that first major, as well as Fleetwood and Cantlay. But I do think Finau is the most talented golfer in that group. And it does seem like he's due for a major victory. There were a lot of, live rumblings. And then, he adamantly said that he's staying on the PGA Tour. So it's good to see that. Good to keep him on tour. Moving along here, 233, Max Homa, Ludwig Adberg, and Ricky Fowler. That's a great group, and Riley had talked about how high he is on Ludwig Adberg. Great year last year, and the fact too that Max Homa finished the fall strong, started last year on fire, winning all those events in California, and then Ricky Fowler, the Renaissance last year, and coming so close to winning his first major of his career last year before fading down the stretch. Do you think he ever gets one, Tony?
No.
Really? Just
fading down the stretch, yeah.
He just
can't do it.
I think that was the U.S. Open to Wyndham Clark, right?
It was, right?
I think he went like 5 or 6 over in the last round, like something like ridiculous like that. If you just look up, 2023 U.S. Open. But did a good job though, because he was like almost to the point where he wouldn't have golf.
Golf, yeah, good call.
He wouldn't have his just do that. He wouldn't have his PGA Tour card. All right, let's see. Ricky Fowler +5 in the final rounds.
Yeah.
Or no, that was round 3, right? Or no, it was round 5.
Fowler,
yeah, 75. I knew it was something like that.
Crazy. Dude.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, because he was on fire up to 62 in the first round.
Jesus.
But that was unfortunate. So we'll see what type of year he has. We do have a twosome here: Nico Echevarria and Matt Wallace, 251, 303. You got Keegan Bradley, Tyrrell Hatton, and Matt Fitzpatrick. That's a pretty good group. 2 former major champions in Fitzpatrick and Bradley. Ashke Biadia, Nick Taylor, Cam Davis, 315. We know about Nick Taylor in the Canadian Open, Tony.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That brought us some excitement last year. 327, Vincent Norman, Chris Kirk, Brennan Todd. Kirk, the Renaissance season last year. It'll be interesting to see if he can build on that and really become a force this year on tour. And you think, the opportunities there. I know it's just one guy, but, John Rahm not being on tour, that's one less guy he has to worry about competing with. A Tony personal favorite at 339, Lucas Glover, paired with Sungjae Im and Adam Hadwin. Glover, another guy, winning those FedEx Cup playoff events. See what type of season he has after not being a contender for several years. 351, Adam Svensson, Kirk Kitayama, Emmanuel Grillo. 403, Eric Van Ruin, Jason Day, Corey Connors. Jason Day, another guy who really, had a strong year last couple after again, fading away. So what does he have in store? You'd think a veteran golfer at this type of gettable course would do well. 415, Taylor Moore, Andrew Putnam, Justin Rose, the former U.S. Open champion. Be interesting to see what he has in store. I believe he won the AT&T Pebble Beach last year. So, that's a former world number 1. And then a couple power groups to finish out here. 427. This is right when you'll be turning on Golf Channel for coverage. Sam Burns, Sahith Theegala, Wyndham Clark. And then the last tee time group of the day. All big names here: Jordan Spieth, Scotty Scheffler, and Victor Hovland, Tony.
Wow.
After reading off every golfer in the field, there has to be some excitement in your end right now.
Oh my God, yeah. The field is huge, dude.
Yeah. And it's interesting because this is the biggest field ever, because it used to be just the winners. Then they made it top 50 in the rankings last year to qualify for the BMW. So I can't wait. Definitely going to put this on my mobile device to catch that first group: Morikawa, Xander Schauffele, Tom Kim. And Josh B. Oops. Don't know why I thought they mashed it up now. Well, that's not a bad point.
Yeah.
That should have been taken care of by now, but there's the extensions and other investors. So who knows how long it'll be till we have some clarity on that. But he goes with Finau, and I love that. I just locked in a Finau top 20. I would imagine he's got to be easily in the top 5, maybe even top 3 in terms of top 20s over the past 5 years. Every time you look, Tony Finau's making a cut and is putting together a respectable round. Last question for you, Tony, and obviously we'll recap round 1 tomorrow. If you just had to say who's going to be leading at the end of day 1 and what's the score? How many under par?
I mean, I guess Wyndham Clark.
Wyndham Clark,
yes.
Coming off the big year, the first major of his career. And then how many under are we talking?
I don't know. Maybe 4 under.
4 under.
Say 4
wow,
under.
A little conservative
modest
there. I'm going to say 8 under. My guy, Scotty Scheffler. This is actually a par 73. You don't see too many of those on the PGA Tour, but I'm going to say he shoots a 65 to be at the top of the leaderboard. 8 under with a chance to put together one of the best Century tournaments in this tournament's history. So looking forward to that. First tee times 12:45, Tony. But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle. Great hit. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Wellington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pastrnak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So we were talking about this pre-show. Me and you splitting the difference on the picks here.
Let's go, dude.
Both going 2-2 with the totals and the winners of these games. Being that the Devils and Maple Leafs were victorious, and then we had 1 under and 1 over hitting. The under in the Ducks game and the over in the Devils Capitals game. But I think, the way the Devils have played this year, very up and down. But if you look at that road record, that's pretty good, which is surprising. I mean, not under 500 at home, but not as strong there. I think to decisively beat Washington, who we keep saying, isn't as good as their record shows, right now 18-12. I think it was important to get this win. And you started out strong with 2 in the first and really didn't look back. Obviously let up 2 in the second, but you shut them out in the third, add 2 more, make it nice and comfortable. So I think this was a big win for the Devils.
Yeah, I think so, dude. Nico Hischier, he's their captain, and he's been just like in and out of just injuries. I feel like for the past 2 years, so to have him back, emphatically scoring his 9th and 10th goal of the season. I know that's, obviously it's low for him, but again, he's missed a lot of time. So I think that addition to the team is going to be huge, and it does free up, other players to get looks. Dawson Mercer being one of them. Big fan of Dawson Mercer. I think he's a great center. He had 2 goals last night for his 11th and 12th of the year, taking advantage of, the Capitals, dragging a little bit, converting on power plays. And they look pretty good, dude. So I think you're going to see a little bit maybe of a run from the Devils right now, just having Hischier back in the lineup. But again, I see Nico Dawes over there getting the start for the Devils. Goaltending is
who's he?
I guess he's their 3rd string goalie. Okay. He's been in the league for a while. I don't know if he's been with the Devils for a while.
But I wonder if there's an injury. Because you wouldn't really normally carry 3, right? Oh no, he's only 23 years old.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. He spent his last 2 seasons.
Career 2-0.
Nico Dawes.
Do you have an injury report?
I guess he started 23 games. Wow, it's interesting.
2 years ago. Which is
2 years ago. That's what I mean. It is very interesting. Injury report. Let's see. Devils. Where are we?
You probably just have to go to the team page.
Oh, I thought it was.
And kind of interesting too. Hischier had the 2 goals in the first, and then so you scored 6 goals, and each guy had 2. Mercer with 2, and McLeod with 2. So some balanced scoring there.
Nothing.
That's odd.
Yeah, I guess they're just trying.
What's the schedule coming up? So you're off today and then Friday, Saturday. So maybe just because they have the back-to-back coming up, go to the active roster. Let's just make sure they didn't summon somebody to the AHL here. Oh, so what was check the deal with Schmid? He must have got sent down to the AHL.
I guess so. Let's see.
Amika Schmid, Tony.
Oh, that's weird.
Doesn't say, but that's kind of
that's weird. Look on Twitter.
Isn't it annoying with like the hockey news? Like we're not going to see it unless we search for it, and like
and you have to dig.
Right, you have to dig, and luckily for us, like Rangers stuff comes up because of the people that we follow, but no national news. Like it'll never be on the front page of ESPN unless it's something about like Connor Bedard or something.
Honestly, I was telling Mike the other day, or it might have been yesterday. Honestly, like with that whole coverage of Bedard, it's just like you would think the Blackhawks are one of the best teams in the league.
Right, you would have no idea.
Yeah,
but that is interesting. And it seems like maybe they want to give, one of their younger goalies here a shot because they had really gotten inconsistent play out of both, Vanacek and Schmid. So definitely something to monitor. And we'll see if they can get back in the race here. The other game on the schedule, we saw Toronto 2-1 over Anaheim. So we thought it would be more decisive. But of course, they'll take the victory. Jones, 27 of 28 in net. And then you had Tavares with his 12th. And then Austin Matthews has a quiet 30 this year. So he's on pace to have, a historic season potentially. That was a winner in overtime, assisted by your guy, Mitch Marner.
Here we go, baby.
So it's interesting though, because you seem very now I'm guessing this is more just like playoff wise versus like regular season, but you seem very skeptical of Toronto, despite being 19-10.
Yeah, I think so. I think I am skeptical, and when I say I think, I mean I am skeptical.
No,
what? Why are you giving me the finger, dude? See this negative energy
and
dude.
The jersey. Wow,
thank you, dude.
What up, chat? Good to have you boys with us. Michael looking outstanding in the Panarin jersey.
Love that jersey, dude.
Yeah,
it's a great jersey. Thank you for the coffee, dude. But Toronto, yeah. I mean, again, they're one of those teams that's never made it over that hump, dude. Literally since like 1967. They've just
it's insane. But then before that, they were a complete powerhouse.
Yeah, I forget how many cups they have, but they have the second most cups of any franchise.
That's insane.
I think they have like 12 or something.
Wow.
But what you call it? Yeah, I just don't think that. I mean, it's the same deal as last season, dude. They have all this talent, and they just can't really seem to bring it together. So for that reason, like you said, yeah, I mean, like playoffs, yeah, they could be stinky good with that talent, but they just time and time again they've proven that they lose these games. So I don't know what it is. If it's a chemistry there, if it's a coaching, if it's ownership, I don't know. I mean, like I said, they have the talent. Like they have so much young talent on that team. And they have some veteran talent as well. They have a solid goaltender. So I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's something maybe a little bit more deeper you can dive into, but I could see them being a first round exit again in the playoffs.
First round.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, Vanacek is Schmid, excuse me, is down in Utica.
Where's Utica? Is it in
Utica's New York?
Oh, it's in New York.
Yeah,
I was thinking, but is there a Utica too?
Utica.
Oh no, but I thought you said Unica.
No, Utica.
Oh, okay, Utica. Okay, same place.
Unica, right next to Utica. But it seems like they think Schmid was a lot of their woes in between the pipes, but I don't know. I'm looking up some stats now. Vitek Vanacek. And among 41 goaltenders, it says to play at least 850 minutes this season, Vitek Vanacek ranks dead last in 5-on-5 save percentage and high danger save percentage.
Wow.
So think about that.
So I mean, hey, he could end up easily being the backup here or on the low end of a timeshare.
I know, and be careful of Nico Dawes here. I mean, he's a young goaltender from Germany, second season in the league. I mean, he got a chance of a lifetime right now. He's definitely looking to prove himself and take the spot. So be careful.
Michael, does it feel good to be released from your devilish ways or no?
Well, it hasn't been announced yet.
I mean, it's basically been announced. I mean, he's wearing a jersey, right? Or no? I mean, it has to feel like a weight has been lifted. Marty, long forgone at this point. I mean, give me something, Michael.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Likes to keep everybody guessing.
Likes
to keep everybody guessing.
This coffee tastes good.
And it's kind of funny because you mentioned hot coffee, Tony. Here we are. I'm having an iced coffee, Americano, by the way, from Starbucks. I was telling him had some gift cards. I love it. So no need for Cumberland Farms with the gift cards, obviously.
What else is in there?
It's just whole milk and cinnamon.
You like whole milk in your coffee?
Whole milk and cinnamon is the best combination for coffee that you could ever create. Corey Saccone with us. He's been a big Instagram live follower.
Hyped about Dobson.
Give me the point. How are you? That's one of his favorite prop bets. We always talk about that. I mean, Dobson with the assists. He's over 30 this year with the assists. We've talked about it, Tony. And I know you're very impressed with him as well.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I mean, I think he's got to be top 5, I think, assist leader in the league right now. So it's great. What does he have, like 29 assists?
No, over 30. I think he's got over 31.
31 now?
With
Crazy,
last night.
Dude.
Or the other night. But, or no, maybe it is 30 because I think we were reading that off. Ho no.
Derek Ho.
He's always on top of that for sure. It's crazy too, though, with Toronto. And I know we've talked about this, but you look at, the numbers with them. They have so much scoring.
I know. Last night wasn't a great showcase of
it wasn't.
Though.
Oh, by the way, they did lose second round last year. The previous few seasons they were in the first, but they lost to Florida in the second.
Right.
Trying to think who they beat in the first.
Who did they beat? Knock out Pittsburgh or something?
Let's see here. No, Pittsburgh didn't make it. Remember?
Washington or something. I think it was a normal team that normally makes the playoffs.
Let's see.
The Islanders? No.
Of course, I'm going to Wikipedia summary. Okay, I got it. They beat Tampa.
Oh, Tampa.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
I thought I was thinking Tampa all the way on that one.
No, you weren't.
Come on, Tony.
That's funny.
But and then they're another team. It's like, what are they going to do with goalie? Samsonov has gotten lit up, 3.94 goals against, only an 862. Martin Jones, who was on Seattle last year, right?
I think you're right. Seattle. He was on San Jose for a long time.
He's had 10 starts. He's 6-3. 2.2 goals against and a save percentage of .930. So he's done a good job. Wall has been solid as well, 2.80, .916, and he's 8-5. So crazy too, because a couple of years ago, I mean, you thought, right? I mean, Samsonov was one of the best tenders in the league.
Yeah, it did seem like literally like two years ago, 2 seasons ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. I guess you're seeing the same thing too with arguably the Devils here and even a little bit of the Islanders, I guess, too. But I would be weary, I guess, a little bit about their goaltender. I don't know. Martin Jones, I don't trust him that much, dude. I mean, you look at his stat even last season. 42 starts, on average, 2.99 goals against and an 8.87 save percentage. That's really low. And you'll get his previous years, with Philly, 900. Every year, I guess 3 years before that with San Jose, 896 every year. So hasn't really had consistently like a good 900 save percentage since like 2017, dude.
Wow. So
and you can blame that on multiple factors, but I mean that's at the end of the day, like those are his stats, dude. And you can see here, I mean, sometimes the Toronto Maple Leafs here aren't going to give him much leeway with their goal scoring. So that goals against an average could come back to bite them. I would imagine Samsonov though will be their tender. He's got to have most of their starts this season, right?
It's actually almost split down the middle. I think, he has Jones is 10, and I think it's Samsonov 15. Yeah, 15 for Samsonov, 15 for Wall, and 10 for Jones. So I think they're just, as we used to say, which we don't really say too much anymore. I think with Jones, they're trying to catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
That's tough. Maybe he just needs a change of scenery.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. Back-to-back games with save percentages in the 7s.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look at this. What do we got? 21 goals in his last 4 starts.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's bad.
Maybe
dude.
AHL for a time or two just to kind of
that's so crazy.
Reset things.
And before that against Nashville, he had a shutout.
Yeah, it's just crazy how hockey works. And I was speaking to their dynamic offense here. I mean, you have 5 guys that have at least 29 points. Morgan, Riley, Tavares, Marner, Matthews, and Nylander. And a lot of high assist guys too. You have 4 of them have at least 20 assists. Nylander with 32 leads the team. So I think they could be dangerous, but it's just all about shoring up that goaltending position and then what they're going to look like in the playoffs. But I mean, obviously you'd have to think, anytime, you have Austin Matthews, you're going to have a chance, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It's just so interesting because I don't know, they have Austin Matthews, by the way, last night, I think had 13 shots on goal. Like they just feed
He's
him
such
the
an
puck,
animal.
Dude. He
It's
really
unbelievable.
Is.
Chat.
I don't know, man. You look at some of these losses, and it just seems like they're kind of streaky, no?
A little bit.
2 wins, 3 losses, a win, 2 losses, a win, a loss, a win, a loss, 2 wins, a loss, 2 wins, 2 losses, 4 wins. There we go. But then a loss, a win, 4 losses, 3 wins, 2 losses. Like it's just they're not stringing along these great, I guess, like runs here. And look at all these overtime games too. Like Toronto should not be going in overtime. They shouldn't be a team that struggles to put teams away.
Right.
Columbus 6-5 loss in overtime. They lost to the Islanders in overtime. Bruins overtime. Chicago overtime. That's not good, dude.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, what happens. And I was actually gonna ask, because I know it's been a while. I know we had some problems with some drops and bites. Do we still have the NHL Tonight music?
We do.
Let's go. I think a good idea. There's a ton of games today. Corey texted me earlier this morning. So excited, get the prop bets in and all that. NHL frenzy time. So this is my thought here, Tony.
Wow, dude.
We're going to pick every game. We can be the same side if we want. How about this? Every game in every total. Okay, so we're getting that crazy.
Let's fucking go, baby.
And we'll have you MC it. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
First, you go second.
Sounds about right. So let's go. It's Thursday, baby. Feeling pretty good. We're starting early and often here. 7 o'clock on ESPN. You have the Bruins hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins at TD Garden in Boston. Boston minus 145, over under at 5.5 here. Looking at this game, I just got to go with the Bruins. It's so tough. The Bruins have had a great home record, 11-2. So give me the Bruins here, muscling their way past Pittsburgh. I would say 5-2. So Bruins in the over, dude.
Bruins in the over. It's tough because I was thinking the exact same thing, but I'll mix it up a little bit just for the sake of the picks here. I will agree with you on the Bruins, so that'll end up chalking. As my computer deletes what I said real quick. Hopefully I can get that back.
Classic.
Okay, we're good. But yeah, I will go with you on the Bruins, but I'm going to go the under. I think they have a sound defensive game here, and I think they win this one. We'll call it 4-1, so sliding in there with the under. And the Penguins, who have heated up a little bit, reverting back to form.
Oh, they're cooling off, buddy. You know who's not cooling off? The Buffalo Sabres, as they are in Montreal at the Bell Center, playing the Canadians here. Buffalo minus 135 on the road here. Over us at 6.5. Shout out to, I believe it was Heather from Buffalo. It doesn't matter. The Wings are riddled in the streets, dude, and they're going to be in the streets of Canada as the Sabres here beat the Canadiens. I would say give me the Sabres and the over as well. Sabres, I don't know, 6-1.
Wow.
Let's go. Decisive. Wow. Tage Thompson.
I've always been big on the Sabres, but not this year. It's like a reversal. I've always been low on the Canadiens, Tony. So I'm going to say the Canadiens in the under Suzuki. The old hat trick, all the scoring, 3-0, all unassisted. First time we've seen that in quite some time.
Absolutely. Next game here. It's John Tortorella here in Philly, the Wells Fargo Center. A beautiful stadium, actually. Philly minus 195 here at home, hosting your Columbus Blue Jackets. A couple shoe alumni there. Obviously, you know about Johnny Gaudreau. I guess give me the Blue Jackets on the road here. I think the Flyers have lost a couple. bad games recently, and I just the Blue Jackets, Justin Danforth. I know you're betting with your heart, Sacred Heart alumni, but Danforth, 2 goals and an assist. Johnny Gaudreau says, "Thank you very much. Blue Jackets win this game 3-2."
It's irresponsible of me.
Under.
But I wanted to take the Blue Jackets, but just to, because it's like, okay, you're giving me the Flyers that I can get heads up with you, gain an extra point. They are the better team. Just a little nervous because, like you said, they've dropped a couple recently, and the Blue Jackets randomly, like we talked about, scored 9 goals out of nowhere.
Randomly.
But I'm going to say Torts has the guys locked in. Konecry has 2 goals and assists. And I am going to say the Flyers are going to win this one. It's going to be high scoring, but they win 5-4. So Flyers and the over, and you said the Jackets and the under, right?
That's correct, dude. And we'll work on that pronunciation over there, dude. It's a tough one. Honestly, I've heard it a few times, and I still don't get it. It's like, I don't even want to. I can't even. It's God, tough game. Doesn't matter. Moving on to the final 7:00 game tonight, baby. It is your New York Rangers.
Let's go!
In the Garden tonight. Chicago's rolling in. They suck. Bedard's first time in the Garden. He's going to be awestruck, dude. And Michael, we have his support. Bang with the jersey. Artemi Panarin. Let's say with 2 goals and an assist here. Because of Zibanejad with 2 goals and an assist here as well. Michael's hyped. I'm hyped. The Rangers are winning this game 4-2. So give me the Rangers in the under, I guess.
In the under.
Wow.
And I will go Rangers and the over. So we're going to go, I think Bedard gets his. We'll say a goal and an assist. But your New York Rangers, 5 goals against a weak Chicago team. 5-2. So the Rangers and the over.
Let's fucking go Rangers, Josh says.
Let's go.
All right, next game here. We're moving now to 8:00, baby. So a little hour later, but that's okay because we're over in St. Louis, the Enterprise Center. Rent a car. The Vancouver Canucks, Michael's team, rolling into St. Louis here. The Blues, I know Vancouver minus 135 on the road. You think what the Blues could sneak one past? But I don't know, man. I would say
with the booking dot, yeah.
Give me the booking dot Canucks. Okay, give me the Canucks and the over. I think high scoring. I think Canucks win this one 5-4 in overtime. Let's go. JT Miller with the overtime goal. Let's go. Kevin Hayes.
Always looking for those over there, St. Louis Rangers.
Dude, a lot of former Rangers in this game, dude.
A lot of former Rangers, but I think the Canucks are going to fade back in the pack second half of the season. The Blues with the upset at the home here. I'm going to say under, and I'm going to say the Blues win 4-2.
Absolutely
in the
love
under.
It. The Blues win 4-2, dude. This next game here could be Brian's favorite game of the night. You know why? Because the Nashville Predators hosting the Calgary Flames. I'm so interested to see who Brian takes over there at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. I would say give me the Flames on the road. I don't give a shit. Preds have a surprisingly good record, 21-16-1. A decent at-home record as well. Nashville is favored at minus 125, but I think the Flames ignite tonight, and they push one past the Preds. I say Flames win this one 3-2 in regulation. So give me the Flames in the under.
All right.
I know, dude.
You know, but I can't worry about that. I'm gonna I don't like the Predators, so I'm gonna just fade them and take the Flames.
Wow.
I'll take the over though. I think Calgary. I mean, come on, let's go. Time to score some goals. Huberdeau, where the hell are you? And I am gonna say the Flames 5-4 in overtime in Nashville.
Let's go, baby. I think this next game we're going to be talking at 8:00 is Brian's second favorite game of the night because it's the Dallas Stars hosting the Colorado Avalanche, baby. We know how Brian feels about the Stars. The American Airlines says more of a JetBlue guy. All right. So I would say give me the Stars here. For me, I know Brian's going to probably pick the Avalanche, but the Avalanche, a little bit of the schneid. We talked about it earlier this week. And obviously Dallas, a lot of young talent. A lot of veteran talent. Odinger between the pipes. Give me the Stars, who are favored slightly minus 125 at home here. Stars shut out the Avs. They beat them 2-0.
All right. I'm going to take the Avs.
Yeah,
I'm going to take
dude.
the over, Tony. You look at Colorado, a lot of high-scoring games.
That's correct.
This season. And the Stars. Okay, Dallas Stars, they're winning the Cup this year. Yeah, right. Nathan McKinnon, Tony, with 2 goals, 2 assists. Avalanche, 7-4. A night under the stars.
He's been on fire, dude. All right, let's go. Moving along here. Still in the 8 o'clock hour. Actually, our final 8 o'clock game here. We're going to be in Minnesota. The Lightning are going to try and defeat the Wild, dude. In their own home. Tampa Bay minus 135, excuse me. Over at 6.5. We know the Islanders. We know the Wild can score. We know the Lightning obviously have some of the best players in the league here. Nikita Kucherov leading the league, I believe, in points right now with 63. So give me the Lightning. I think the Lightning easily beat the Wild. I think it could be like a 3-1, maybe 4-1 game. So give me the Lightning and the under. Nikita Kucherov, 2 goals and an assist. Stamkos with 2 assists. And they roll their way to a victory.
It's getting wild tonight in Minnesota. Give me the Wild. Lightning don't have the same juice that they've had past years.
Dude.
Kucherov is great, but it's not about one player, Michael. It's a team sport, multiple lines, and Minnesota will bring the toughness tonight. 10-6-2 at home, and they're going to win this one. I'm going to say Eriksson, Tony, with a hat trick, only scoring of the game. So the Wild, 3-0.
Wow.
And the proverbial under.
The proverbial under. Next up, we're going from the cool Canadian breezes in Minnesota to the hot sun in Tempe, Arizona, as the Coyotes host the Islanders here. This could be a dumpster fire of a game. I don't even know what's going on here. But give me the Islanders, I say. I think the Islanders could squeeze out a win, making it look like that they're actually a good competitive team here against a lowly Arizona Coyote team. Dobson, a goal, 3 assists. Maybe Barzal with 2 goals. Give him, some confidence here. Maybe Matt Martin with a fight and a goal. Let's fucking go, Islanders.
Sydney in the crowd? Taking the trip there.
Sydney Esiason in Arizona, probably looking really good. I'm sure a bikini photo before the game on Instagram. Check it out. Boomer, excited about that as well, probably. So give me the Coyotes winning this one, 3-2. Sorry, not the Coyotes, Islanders. Islanders 3-2. Islanders in the under, Brian. Stop distracting
All right,
me.
give me the Coyotes and the over.
Oh,
the Isles. Listen, obviously, I hope that they do well this year. It always makes it fun with the Rangers, but a game like this on the road, a place in Arizona, talking about a bad team, whatever. Arizona, one of the more underrated teams in the league, 12-6, nice and tidy at home here. So very low total. I'm going to say go over. It's a trap. And I'm going to say the Coyotes, Keller, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4-3 Coyotes over the Islanders.
All right. Load them up. Next up, we're in Vegas, baby. Golden Knights hosting the Florida Panthers. Very interesting game. Florida favored it on the road here, minus 115. Florida having, I think, a sneaky good season actually this year so far. Not talked about a lot. Sam Reinhart, I believe, up there in point leaders, in goal scoring leaders, in assist leaders as well. He's spreading the wealth very nicely. And the Golden Knights on a little bit of a schneid, certainly. Dropping that game in Seattle during the Winter Classic is tough, dude. So give me Florida here on the road. To beat the Golden Knights. They're going to be only their 4th regulation loss for Vegas. So give me Florida winning this, being physical, maybe some fights. We'll see. I say they win 4-2. So give me the Panthers and the under.
The under.
The under.
I just got this ridiculous text that I'll have to talk to you about later.
Oh, my God.
But I'm going to take the Golden Knights and the over. The over, Tony. I think a little overreaction to that Winter Classic loss to the Kraken, Tony. Vegas is 13-3-2 at home for a reason. So give me the Golden Knights. Give me a lot of scoring. Jonathan Marchessault with 2 goals. And I'm going to say give Eichel a goal as well. And we're going to say the Knights victorious here 5-2 in Vegas.
Wow, dude. All right, beautiful work there, Brian. And next up here, we're going to be, in Seattle. Speaking of which, actually, they're going to be hosting the Ottawa Senators here. Seattle, this is a tough game. They're minus 130 at home. Obviously not a great team, but we know about the woes that that Ottawa has to deal with this season. But I'm going to take the tight dog here in Ottawa. You know, I was very hot in Ottawa at the beginning of the season. I thought I had some higher hopes for them, and they've certainly disappointed. But give me the Senators winning this game 2-0. Senators over. Senators under.
All right, I'm going to go Kraken and the under here. Coming off that big win against Vegas New Year's Day. So I'm going to say Dunn, who only has 6 goals this year, will have a goal and 2 assists. 3-1, Kraken victorious at home.
Wow. Dude, all right, next up, I know where Brian's going with this game. So we'll see. But we have the Kings here in the Crypto.com arena hosting the Red Wings. LA minus 195 right now. The Red Wings, though, the Red Wings, the Kings are spotty at home. Crypto arena, we know about that. Bang, dude. Michael could never. And also the Kings, I feel like I've been on a little bit of a schneid, kind of disappointing. And I know I'm hot on the Kings, but I love the Red Wings as well. Dylan Larkin's healthy. Patrick Kane has shown some signs of something. And, of course, Alex DeBrincat, 38 points on this season so far. So give me the Red Wings beating the Kings in a high-scoring game, 6-5 in overtime.
Yeah.
Red Wings and the over.
I think there's a reason for that mediocre home record.
Wow.
And I don't know if it's just not a strong showing at Crypto.com. But give me the Red Wings, and I'll take the over, just under, just to be different here. But we're going to say the Red Wings are going to win this one. Patty Kane, 2 goals here.
Yeah.
And the Red Wings on the road, 3-1 over the Kings.
Let's go, baby. Final game of the night, 10:30. Brian's probably third favorite game of the night because it's his San Jose Sharks hosting the Winnipeg Jets. And by God, I don't have to tell you what the San Jose Sharks are like. Give me the Jets here. They're minus 245 on the road. Heavy road favorites. Over-unders at 6.5. Give me the Jets winning 5-2. Jets in the over. Let's fucking go, Brian.
Let's go. Sharks in the under, Tony.
I knew it.
What happens when it rains 9 days in a row? Clear skies the next day.
Stop it.
That's what we get with the Sharks. They're not going to lose 10 in a row.
10 in a row.
They win this one. Hurdle. 2 goals, 2 assists, 4-2. The Sharks. Let's go.
There we have it, dude. That is your NHL frenzy.
I mean, was that not a ton of fun, Tony?
That was a ton of fun, dude.
Like, that was crazy, honestly.
We gotta do more hockey frenzy like that, dude.
Well,
when the big slates,
when there's that many games,
yeah.
Like, how do you not? You know, other than, of course, you know, the Rangers bouncing back, we know it tonight. Anything that like pops out to you that you're just like uber confident in terms of a winner tonight?
Oh wow, super confident in. I want to say, super confident. I mean, that's tough, dude. They're not honestly not a lot of games I would be confident in other than the Rangers tonight. I guess. Oh man, I mean the Bruins, maybe the Bruins.
Okay,
if not Buffalo on the road.
Buffalo. That's
let's go Buffalo on the road. Buffalo on the road. I haven't even checked the face off. Flambe. Because if Montembeault is starting for the Jake Allen looks like he's and Davon Levy for the
Levy
Sabres.
has struggled.
I don't like Levy. I like
You want to change your pick?
Pekka Ukalukinen, whatever his name is. No, I'm not changing. Ukakinen. Yes. No, Sabres. Sabres on the road. Sabres on the road.
Okay.
Lock of the night right there.
Yeah, I have to say, you know, it's so tough because, you know, when there's so many games like this, you know, how do you really pick one apart? And of course, like we said, definitely love the Rangers at home, of course. But I think, honestly, looking at this, the Coyotes, I think they're great at home. The Isles, a 500 team at road. We know what happens if they get into overtime. You know, I don't see it working out well. And I think it could be potentially, you know, an overlooked spot for the Isles. Oh, we're going to Arizona. We're playing in some college arena, and not taking the opponent seriously when they've done a great job winning 12 out of 18 games at home, you know?
That's a real lot.
Now in regards, Tony, to the Rangers, you know, obviously coming off a tough loss, what are you looking to see early on that will give you that, you know, confidence that tonight is going to be different? I know different opponent, but yet, you know, winning is important.
Oh yeah, winning is definitely important. What would give me some confidence in the Rangers tonight is that if their third and fourth lines come out and they play a significant role in the outcome of this game, which obviously should be a W. I want to see a goal from Jimmy Vesey. That's what I really want to see tonight, honestly. I think he's a good hockey player. But unfortunately, he's just one of those hockey players that does things well.
Yep.
But just never finds his way in the score sheet. You know, it's very rare,
Mm-hmm.
Which is unfortunate because, like I said, he's a good hockey player. Maybe even some line change, like combination change-ups from Laviolette.
Okay.
Just to mix up players, just to try and spread the wealth a little bit more, spread the talent around. You know, throw someone else in the first line instead of Blake Wheeler. Throw Blake Wheeler down on the third line. Bring someone else up or something like that, dude. But we'll see. I really want to see. That'll give me more confidence in the Rangers as a whole. And of course, you know, we know their last loss. That was a blowout. I mean, it was the Rangers consistently shooting themselves in the foot all game. The stupid mistakes, the miscommunications, the miscues, the missed opportunities on offense. You know, they just could not find the back of the net. And it just seemed like every mistake they made, they would try so hard to make up for it, and then make another mistake, and just snowball and snowball. Exactly. You're compounding these mistakes, and that's the real mistake, dude, because mistakes are going to happen in sports, especially in hockey. You got to shake it off. You got to figure it out, dude.
Yeah.
So let's fucking go. Let's come in here, ironclad, solid, physical, and let's fuck up the Blackhawks. There's no reason why they should be in this game with us at all.
And let's start fast. You know, I think that's been a problem recently,
early
like
and
having
often
to come from behind. And also, I think it's important here. Jonathan Quick, obviously, overall has been great this year, but they've lost his last two starts. And I think, you know, it's important for him to you know, shut out the Blackhawks in the first period, you know, get 2 goals from the offense. And I really think that'll lead to a decisive victory. And I'm sure, you know, the crowd is always electric at the Garden, but I think even to the next level, Tony, just for the fact that it's Bedard's Garden debut, right?
It is.
Yeah. So obviously that's big. Can't wait to watch that. So much good stuff to watch tonight. It's like you really actually don't need football. It's almost better that there's no football because
I agree.
It would take away from the focus on the greatness of
Thursday
the NHL.
night. Carissa Thompson on the fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick. Get that out of my face, dude.
You're sick of it.
I am sick of it, dude. They suck. She's not even a real journalist.
Yeah, that whole thing was absolutely insane.
Yeah. I make stuff up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? No, it's so funny, dude.
Isn't that hilarious?
I got paid millions of dollars to not report real things.
Anyway, Tony. Anyway. Let's see. We haven't gone here in a while. Let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So, you know, there obviously has been a lot of crickets regarding Major League Baseball recently. Not too much action, you know, tons of big names still available. One thing that I just saw, and I didn't see this till right now. So it's Chris Sale, whose deal, you know, runs through this year. And I think the Red Sox are paying a majority of his salary this year. Just signed a 2-year extension with the Braves. So 2 years, $38 million. And his present day guarantee bumps up $16 million in 24, $22 million in 25. And the Braves have a buyout free $18 million club option. So they don't have to buy out in 2026 if they don't want to. But I mean, I know it's not like a huge salary here, but jumping the gun with the extension. I mean, I know they gave up a guy that they felt was very valuable in Vaughn Grissom. But before he even throws a pitch for them, they go extension, and he's had an extensive injury history over the last 5 years. I mean, do you question that a little bit, or can you not because it's Atlanta?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Atlanta has made a couple questionable calls this offseason.
Yeah.
I don't know, babe, but they hit so often though. You know, I'm looking at Sean Murphy last year, dude. Like, you know, like that was kind of questionable,
right?
We questioned it,
and he
killed it, dude.
Killed it.
So I mean, I don't know. I like part of me is like that's like not a good move, but then again, like part of me is like, oh, it's the Braves. It's probably going to work out for them.
Yeah. I can't believe that though. Like I don't know. It seemed like Sale's the guy that like, I mean, it's almost hard to even see him having 1 year where he pitches 150, 160 innings and is that Chris Sale that we knew, you know, striking out double-digit batters left and right. And if he does become that guy, I mean, unfortunately, not to like kind of rub it in, Tony, but that becomes your problem. It was once the Yankees' problem, you know, being on the Red Sox, and now, you know, the Mets have to face him a good deal.
It'd be a big problem.
Yeah. So interesting to see, you know, how that works out. You know, there's been a lot of discussion about Snell and Montgomery. And me and Corey were talking about this earlier. And, you know, I think there's some thought, you know, Blake Snell wants to stay on the West Coast and the Giants are rumored to be involved there. I kind of could see that happening. I know, like, you know, there's nothing definitive that's come out about that, but just the fact too, I mean, we talk about all the time how the Giants, you know, have all this money that they want to spend, and they haven't had to get anybody to take it. I mean, I could just see them just go, you know, breaking the bank here, you know, like a 9-10 year deal, well over 300, maybe approaching 350. I mean, what do you think about that idea for the San Francisco Giants?
I mean, I like it. I mean, they got to shake things up, wouldn't you say? Like I say now, this is the time where like they kind of have to be bold. No?
Yeah, I kind of think we need to be bold.
So let's go.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
I know, dude. I was thinking about it this morning. We haven't really had like those
drops,
those catchphrases. Like,
yeah.
Barnes is losing his touch.
No, you know what it is? I feel like those come out more in baseball season for whatever reason. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
Because like we're all jacked up. It's the seesaw of emotions.
Oh, my goodness. The seesaw.
It is a little ridiculous.
I hated the seesaw when I was a kid. I never really thought it was stupid.
And also, I'm just thinking Giants-wise, like I said, I'm sure they want some top talent. Bellinger would make sense, but I don't know if, you know, they are comfortable giving him what he's looking for. And then if he wants to hit in that ballpark, but I think they need another bat.
There you go.
2 bats even.
I mean, who the hell's in their outfield? Conforto? Freaking.
That's actually a good question.
Do they have Longoria still? No,
Longoria was on Arizona last year. I think he might even still be under contract.
Francisco Giants roster. The active roster, dude. Pitchers, no. Outfielders, let's go. Michael Conforto. Mitch Haniger from Seattle.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, nothing really.
I didn't know they still had Yaz. Did they get him back?
Oh, I guess Mikey Yastrzemski.
Or did he never leave? I thought he had left.
I thought he left too. Maybe we were wrong. I thought he like was about to retire.
Yeah.
He's from he's from Mass.
Right, yeah, because his grandpa, obviously. Yaz.
I guess I did see. I remember watching like some highlights of Jung Ho Lee.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He's pretty solid.
But these other really guys, power guy, more of an average defense.
Average, yeah, exactly. Defensive outfielder, which is still fine. These other guys' names I don't really recognize.
Jock Peterson, they have listed at DH.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. I mean, Thairo Estrada had a good year last year, but you need some more punch in this lineup.
Yeah, certainly, dude.
So it'll be interesting to see if they get involved there. Are you also kind of surprised? And again, it might just be because of the big demands that we haven't really heard much on the Josh Hader front.
Yeah, I think so. Do you think it is that he's like they're demanding a lot, or do you think maybe it's more that they don't want to get rid of him?
What do you mean?
Is he a free agent?
No, he is. He was on San Diego last year.
Yeah. Right. I thought. Oh,
yeah, he's a free agent.
I thought they signed him.
No, he's a free agent.
What the hell is this then? Yeah, why hasn't he gone anywhere?
I'm thinking because you look at the numbers, and by the way, Yastrzemski has been with the Giants. I think there were just rumors he was gonna get traded, but he's been with the Giants his whole career. He had the big year last year. Was brutal the year before.
Yeah, I remember that.
So maybe that's why teams are hesitating. And I'm guessing he wants to break the record for dollars, for a reliever.
Oh my gosh, he wants to break the record, dude. So do I. That's great. I thought the Padres signed him to a contract.
No.
Oh wow, dude.
Well, you're thinking Mets now? Super bullpen?
I mean, like, what the hell? Why not?
Yeah. But Stearns had him in Milwaukee too. Probably it's like, oh, I had good value with him then. I'm not going to overpay for him now. That type of stuff goes through his mind.
Yeah, but you should overpay for him because you know what you're getting with him.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Do you know your relationship? Why not?
I mean, we talked about this the other day, but I mean, it just really seems like they're not going to spend big money this offseason. They're not going to pull the trigger on anything.
It's fucking stupid, dude.
Maybe they explore the trade market. Dylan Cease is out there in Chicago. The Yankees have been rumored to be, somewhat interested in him. But I just think what that's going to take from a prospect perspective, and not that I wouldn't expect him to bounce back, but he had an underwhelming year last year. So to give up a couple top guys, I mean, I couldn't justify that. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to give up like a Kuna and Gilbert for him, right?
No, not at all.
But I do think he's going to be good, though. I really do.
What do you think his stat line's going to be?
I think, last year he was in the 4s. I think he's back to low 3s, like 3.2, and he's going to strike out at least 250 batters.
I mean, that's pretty solid.
Yeah. I mean, the stuff he has is crazy. You also have the Chapmans out there, Matt and Araldis. Maybe the Mets get involved there with Matt.
Do I want to?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's not. I think he's a 2-3 year type of contract. I know.
Right.
And the defense is great. Because right now, I mean, is Beatty the starting third baseman?
Yeah, I think so. Didn't he get injured?
He might have. Wow, 240, 17. So slugging 424, OPS under 8, 30 years old. 4.4 WAR because of that defense, though.
Yeah.
But you're sour, it sounds like.
A little bit. 30 years old, too. I mean, like you said.
But just to get something to be, excited about.
I guess it would be nice to have someone there to back up Beatty because Beatty was a little shoddy last season.
Yeah.
And whatchamacallit, Beatty didn't get hurt. It was fucking
Vientos, right? Okay.
Right? He's the one who got hurt. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I'm almost positive he did get hurt. But his numbers weren't good, right?
No, he was bad. It was Mauricio that tore the ACL. Vientos is getting a chance.
Oh, right.
Beatty. And of course, who Joey Wendell, dude.
Oh yeah, Joey Wendell. Adrian
Sick
Hauser,
pickup, dude. Yeah,
Tyrone
dude,
Taylor.
the barf man. What the hell website is this? What am I looking at?
Daily News.
Get
They want
here,
your dollar.
Dude. Yeah, $9 for the year. Thanks, dude.
And then Jordan Montgomery's still out there as well. Josh B started the Bite collection.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, dude?
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
But I think Monty, I know you were a little concerned, but I think if it wasn't too crazy, I feel like you'd be in favor, no?
Maybe a 3-year deal.
Oh, wow. So you're tight.
I mean,
Stearns is rubbing off on you.
He hasn't proved anything in New York, though. Come on. I guess he was okay with the Yankees, but still, I've seen him have a lot of blow-ups.
Yeah. I always thought, honestly, he was pretty consistent, to be honest. But I could see how it's like, before last year or even, whatever, go back 2 years, you thought of him as like a 4 or 5, and now he's looking for 2 or 3.
I mean, I guess it's really tough for us to be picky anyway. So sure, bring him in. Sure, dude.
Hate to see you so disgruntled, though.
I mean, it's just like so annoying.
But will you not be at least, this is just like a no shit type of question, but I'm going to ask anyway. Let's say they don't do anything rest of the offseason. But I mean, I think compared to how it always is, you're going to have the same excitement level as we get close to the start of the season. No?
Yes. No. I will be.
And it's just going to be a very much of a heavy reliance on guys bouncing back that are already on the team or guys improving from last year.
Yeah.
Offense has to carry, basically. Or?
Offense will have to carry because your pitcher's going to give up probably a lot of runs.
And then Sanga, all those innings last year, I'm sure, there's some concern there too.
Yeah, and
it seems like to have someone to back him up.
Seems like you're gonna be relying on him a lot too this season. So
yeah. And then
I mean, sure, let's drive him in the ground, have him have another Tommy John. Why not?
Why doesn't he just have it now?
Have it now. Start getting injured now, and then you can trade him off to the Rangers and ruin his career, dude.
If they don't make any moves, same roster they have now, do the Mets make the playoffs this year?
No.
Wow.
I mean, come on, man. How could they? They're not. They don't.
And you think they have the offense to get there, but not the pitching? That's a problem.
They're pitching in their bullpen.
The bullpen, yeah,
brutal, dude. I don't even if anything. Like I know everyone's like, "Oh, Diaz will be back. Diaz will be back."
You're nervous.
I'm nervous about Diaz, dude.
Yeah,
he had a fucking career year 2 seasons ago,
yeah,
and then misses a whole.
And had a career year the other way a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's the inconsistency, and then the injury, and then now you're out for an elongated period of time, and now like. Oh,
do you think they get the music back up for him or no?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you remember what that's called? I just know the trumpets
Timmy
were a
trumpets,
big discovery.
Right? Yeah.
Timmy trumpets. Oh my god.
That
seems like 5 years ago.
It does seem so long ago, dude. But I don't know. There's definitely a lot of question marks, and I'm just like the words of Mendoza. I like the guys we have. It's just like
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it seems like that's
what is that, dude?
And I'm even a little nervous on my end.
Right.
You know, the Yankees haven't signed any free agents, and you know, you don't hear that they're relatively close. And I'm sure you know Brian Cashman being shrewd. But I would really like to add a one more starter.
What are the chances that both the Mets and the Yankees are like doubling down on their like farm talent? And that they're expecting big things to bring up guys like
yeah, I mean that's definitely true. I just from the pitching end,
I was gonna say
Drew Thorpe was your top guy.
Yeah.
You know, Clark Schmidt, you're relying on him to improve from last year to be your 4 starter, and then you have to use like Will Warden or Clayton Beater, you know, as your 5 starter. You need a veteran starter, nobody crazy. But just at least somebody, and obviously it would be nice to get Montgomery or Snell or trade for Dylan Cease. But and we see it every year too. There's so many injuries to starting pitchers. You can't go in with 5 starters, 6 starters. You need 8, 9 starters.
Yeah.
You know, obviously some of them in the bullpen, some of them in the minors. So, but would you say, I mean, I know it's always been very lackluster the last couple of years in terms of consistent news signings, but would you say this is the deadest it's ever been? Or the Machado year was probably close, right? With Harper when they signed in spring training?
Yeah, I guess so. But still, this is like
crickets, complete crickets.
And it's not even like there's, I mean, I guess there are big names still out there, but it's not like a Bryce Harper waiting for him, you know? Like,
yeah. I saw some pictures. They were showing Stanton. I guess he's lost a decent amount of weight. Working on the conditioning, the agility. Any thought there on a bounce back or no?
No.
Like worse than last year, you're saying?
Just as bad, probably.
Wow.
I'm sure he'll be cranking some home runs, but I mean, it's
he can't hit 220.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I just have this feeling that like you said, it's not over yet, Tony. You know what I mean? It might be over in a couple of years, but I don't know if it's just over just yet. I know it's been a long run and the numbers, what did he hit? 170, whatever. I didn't see anything about that. Sparks Jonathan Papelbon, $1 million bet taunt. Josh B, by the way, says he's definitely itching for some Yankees hot stove news.
Yeah, aren't we all, dude?
So I think we're gonna get something soon. On
the under of total home runs for Giancarlo Stanton when 2024 season hits. Oh, because he's doing that Dave Portnoy bet.
What is the under? Did it say?
No.
Oh, his home run prop has not been released by any sportsbook yet.
As we are still in January.
Lead the majors in home runs. Wow, that actually might be a couple shekels.
Honestly, the 18th best odds among all hitters. Wow, it's pretty crazy, dude.
But
yeah, that was crazy. Portnoy's bet winning $1 million in Michigan.
You believe it, Michael Portnoy? Do you think he actually threw down the $1 million?
Yeah, I think so, dude. I think so too.
Just wanted to ask, Michael.
Yo, did you see him? It was some college bowl game where he's in the suite and some guy like comes up to him with a pizza and almost like ambushes him to review his pizza. And it's obvious. I don't know if it's like the guy was dressed like a chef. I don't know if he's a chef for the stadium, but he's literally like, Dave, like I've watched like all your pizza reviews. Like I'm not a pizza chef by any means. I'm just a chef, but I made this pizza specifically for you. And dude, like as if it was a joke, he opens the pizza box and it's like everything that Dave Portnoy hates about pizza. It's like thick, fluffy crust, and there's like chicken and bacon and all these different types of cheese.
Plain.
He's like, I don't think you've watched any of my stuff. Like because this is like I just do cheese. Like I don't took one bite and he goes fucking 4.2. He said it sucks.
Did he seem pissed or no?
He definitely seemed pissed at first because he was definitely like, I'm here hanging out. I'm not here to I'm not just some dog, this isn't a show. But he was respectful to the guy in the end. No, I am. He's not. But he was respectful. I think I got a little more respect for Portnoy, I guess, a little bit over the years, but I still think his pizza shit is bogus.
Well, I think he's just a little bit of a chief at the end of the day.
He is a little bit of a chief, but it's just so tough because he's kind of like I guess he's kind of earned it a little bit.
He has, yeah. Sacred Heart up early, 5-3.
Dude, I told you got to cover. They're gonna cover, bro.
I don't know.
St. Francis is not that good. I don't know who thought Vegas gets things wrong. They don't know Sacred Heart basketball. Come on, dude.
We'll take your word.
I can picture Anthony Latina right now, dude, yelling up and down the court.
All right.
He's probably I think he's gonna be leaving Sacred Heart soon.
Yeah, he's gonna get a big job.
No.
Oh, he's gonna get fired.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think because the team sucks. They're not good.
It's just impossible to win there.
And then they're trying to get a new basketball facility.
Oh, they are.
Because that Pitt Center is so
outdated.
Antiquated. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's brutal. It's like a high school in there, dude.
Oh.
So I think that they're trying to build up by the hockey arena.
Mhm.
So I think eventually they want to have a hockey arena where they can put a court down.
Okay.
So we'll see. And I would imagine at that point maybe they want a coaching change.
Yeah. It's just
He's
I don't
been
know.
there for 14 years.
That's a long time.
It just hasn't I don't know, dude. Everyone fucking leaves. I forget this guy. I forget who he was, but he went to Duke after 1 year. Two guys. My freshman year, this kid came in. He led Division I basketball in scoring.
Oh wow! And then he transferred to Duke.
I think, I think it was Duke right after that. It was either Duke or Seton Hall.
Wow!
But it happened 2 years in a row. Our top guy transfers out because it's
with the transfer portal.
Of course, I'm going to go to a bigger school. But it's it's so funny because I talk to Mike about this all the time. Why? You can play through Sacred Heart as the guy,
right?
But then you're gonna go to Duke and ride the bench.
Well, I think the hope is that they could be a piece of a team,
of a championship
and
team.
then that elevates you. Oh, some eyeballs, NBA. I don't know.
Yeah, but don't you think it's better if he was just cooking people?
I mean, if he's literally averaging 35 a game, I guess. Speaking of college basketball, too, Providence, a tough loss last night at the Amica Mutual Pavilion.
Riley was there.
He was.
Yeah, on his story.
They lose 61-57 to Seton Hall, who was unranked. Providence 23. And they were 5.5 point favorites. But
dude,
conference, Big East, those games are always tough. And still, Providence, an outstanding record at this point, of 11-3, and 2-1 in conference play, including 10-1 at home. So that was their first home loss. They'll get back out on the court for their next game. Of course, now that I had it pulled up, it goes away. Against Creighton on Saturday. That one's in Creighton. So chance to get some redemption. And then at MSG on Wednesday, January 10th, against the Johnnies. So that should be going right now. It's saying that St. John's is a 70% favorite in that one. I don't know about that. But I just thought that was kind of interesting. And then just a couple other nuggets here. NBA wise, I think it was OJ Anunoby's second game. The Knicks won last night. This was a national game on ABC. And it was funny. Dave was tight because someone said how Ryan Ruocco did a stump challenge and didn't shout out Dave because they used to be partners back in the day. So they mentioned that.
Is there some bad blood there?
No, I think they were just having fun with it. But it was kind of funny that he mentioned that. But the Knicks, 116-100 over the Bulls. So now they are 19-15. They were led by Bronson, 31 points, 13 assists. Anunoby, 11 points, 8 assists, 1 of 4 from 3-point range. And how about Isaiah Hartenstein, 10 points, 20 rebounds. And then Julius Randle, 35 points. So we'll see if this trade elevates the Knicks. A lot of talks about how, it's a big loss losing Emmanuel quickly. And obviously RJ Barrett, of course. The Lakers lost again last night, 110-96. So now one game under 500. But we've seen them, kind of struggle up to this point in the season and then turn it on. The Clippers have been on fire, 131-122 over the Suns. And Paul George had 33 points in this one. Kawhi also with 30. So finally, those two healthy maybe gives them a chance to finally break through this year.
Absolutely.
2 NBA games tonight. Bucks at Spurs. First half of the doubleheader. TNT 7:30. Milwaukee 9.5-point favorites. I mean, I don't know how you don't like that. I mean, the Spurs are brutal. I don't know what the injury situation is here.
Crazy how bad
Middleton
they are.
game time decision. And then you have Warriors, hosting the Nuggets. Denver 3.5-point road favorites. Warriors 16-17, but I kind of like them at home. We'll see what happens there, but that would be kind of my thoughts. Go with Milwaukee on the road, and then go with the dog at home in the Warriors. I know they haven't looked great, and the Nuggets could run them out of the building, but just kind of a thought there. And shout out to everybody joining us on Instagram Live.
Yeah,
love having that feature now. Being able to reach everybody. So
got Brunsky in the building, dude.
Brunsky in the building, and my cousin Thomas Barone, I see joining us.
T Barone.
It's been a while. Hope he's doing well, and good to have him with us. So yeah, a lot going on without the NFL tonight. A couple college basketball games with ranked teams. You have number 15 Memphis at Tulsa, number 19 James Madison, who's undefeated right now, 13-0 at the University of Louisiana Monroe. Pepperdine at Gonzaga. Gonzaga, we talked about how they're just barely in the top 25 at 9-4, and then Colorado 11-2 at number 10 Arizona. So you have all of that combined with the golf, combined with the hockey, and combined, with the NBA. So a lot of sports to watch. I'm so excited about it. And I can't wait to talk about it tomorrow, as well as our final regular season frenzy of the season, Tony.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
And it's going to get a little crazy too, because a lot of quarterbacks are sitting out. I don't know if you saw that.
Dude, no.
Jackson out, Mahomes out, Flacco out. Just to name a couple, because teams, that don't need to win these games. Stafford out. Carson Wentz going to make his first start as a Ram. So that should be interesting. To see.
One of the guys that you wanted on the Jets, dude.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he looks like.
What could have been? Yeah. Tony, what could have been?
By the way, dude, something I totally forgot to mention about the Rangers.
Barkley Goodrow?
No, Brennan Othman was called up yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just doing some research on where they may put him. And I see that this article was just published, I guess, it was probably last night. Yeah, last night.
Mm-hmm.
Brennan Othman, if you don't know, 16th overall pick of the 2021 draft. Obviously, Rangers got him. He's been down in Hartford. I believe he's had 26 points over 29 games down in Hartford. Currently, though, he is on a 9-game goal-scoring drought. So he hasn't scored a goal in 9 games, but obviously still contributing with assists and stuff like that. And I think that this is exactly the switch-up that we need, honestly. He's a highly touted prospect. Absolutely love it. I've seen some highlights of him. He's got a great wrister, and he plays very physically. He's a forward. And I was just reading this article by Larry Brooks, maybe it is? Yeah, Larry Brooks, saying one of two scenarios, which one I think, I've definitely alluded to. Bobby White could make a more dramatic move by elevating Othman to the right wing spot, replacing Blake Wheeler and putting Wheeler down to a bottom 6 role, which is exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what should happen, dude. Because the bottom 6 sucks, dude. Wow, my bad. The laptop.
Pretty good.
Great snag, dude. Yeah. Nick Bonino's got to go, dude.
I'm excited to see Othman, though. Maybe he could be like a potentially like an all-star down the road.
Bedard, dude. Jesus, gotta be 20, maybe.
And he was 21, 2021 draft. You said
2021 draft. Yeah. So it's
nice. That's awesome.
Let's see how old he is. He's 20. Yeah.
Let's go. And Brendan Othman. Oh, I just saw the replay. It was like a clear, like ricochet, but I snagged it just at the right time.
The hands, dude.
And Josh B also saying last week of picks, last warm up for you guys for the playoffs. Very honestly, true. Dude. You guys are going down,
dude. You go down.
So yeah, we're jacked up for that.
It would have been crazy if we were in a tight race right now. The quarterback sitting out, who's gonna win? You never really know.
A lot of extra research.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz, Tony.
Oh God, I don't want to hear about Carson Wentz. I don't want to hear it.
You know what? And obviously we'll talk about this more tomorrow. One last thought here. Is I am very confused in terms of where to go with this Chicago Green Bay game. Chicago is already eliminated. Justin Fields is playing for his future. the Packers, sometimes you rely on them. They come up short, but Jordan Love has played well his last couple games. Are you a little like you're not sure where to go there? I mean, I'm thinking tight either way, but it's hard to say definitively what goes on there. I mean, I'm thinking Pack just because they're at home, but Fields is tough to defend.
Fields is tough to defend, and we've seen the Packers also blow it at Lambeau.
Yeah.
So I would lean towards the Bears, dude.
Wow.
I like Justin Fields. Playing for your future.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate him, Michael.
So, yeah, we'll talk about that. Michael was tight about Fields because we talked about the win-loss record.
Yeah.
Kelly, new to TikTok, just up to our YouTube. Guess what she says?
What?
Go
Jordan
Bears.
Love has been great this season.
Wow.
She knows what she's talking about. 30 touchdown passes by Patrick Mahomes.
Maybe you bumped into her at Lambeau. Didn't even know.
Yeah. Oh.
Kelly,
Sailed it. Shout out Kelly. Good to have you with us. So yeah, we're excited for this.
Of throwing the ball though. Did you see that video of Mahomes throwing a football 62 miles an hour?
No, I didn't.
Absolutely kind of ridiculous, dude.
He used to be a baseball player. That's why.
62 miles an hour, rifle the football, 62 miles per hour. I forget who he was tossing with a retired quarter. I forget who it was with a retired player. And he was even throwing like 57, 50, 56.
Tony threw one 57 off my laptop, but luckily I snagged it.
I heard, I saw it. No, it's just
I heard, I saw.
I heard, I saw. But honestly,
sorry. Hold on. Right,
tomorrow's going to be interesting. And then this weekend, just finding who's in, who's out. Exciting stuff. But that being said, really would like to thank everybody for tuning in today and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume. We encourage you to check out the merch, downtimetv.com. Chat. We'll see you later.
What up, chat? We'll see you later.
We want everybody to have a great day. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the golf.
Let's go
Rangers! And we will see you mañana.
Checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.